So yes, I would say we just start. Hi Ravioli. Oh no, again. Hi Slow. Hi Kim. Oh my god. Everyone dropping in. Now where I wanted to start and ask Ava if you maybe can short introduce yourself, who you are, what you do, and yeah, just a short introduction for those who maybe not knowing you.
Okay. Hi, I'm Ava Dobson. I'm racing in GB4, the GB4 Championship this year, and that's really it. I've been racing single seaters for like 2 years, and I've done go-karting since I was 8 years old, so I'm now 16. So I've been in the game for a while.
Oh yeah, true. Also, I mean, karting is probably this where the most young drivers starting their career, so
Yeah.
very rare. If possible, make Ava a bit louder. I can't. She is the loudest I can go. Wait, maybe I can. No, it's the loudest I can go. The only thing I can do is make me more silent, and you can put your volume up. It's already as loudest as I can. It's fine. Okay, I can still make me a bit more silent, and then maybe you can put it more loud. More loud? Wow, my English is very good today. So I'm shining again with so Chad. But I hope you still understood all of the introduction. So yes, for a noob, GB4 is like F4. Do you want to answer this question?
Wait, what was it?
For a noob, GB4 is like F4.
Yeah.
It's the British Formula 4 series.
Yeah.
For simple sad. So when you go in Great Britain, it's GB4, GB3, or F1 Academy in between, depending on if you're a girl or not. And then normally F3. Wait a second, I need to see what my cat is doing because that sounds weird. What you doing? Cat do. Oh my god. Okay. Biff is killing herself. No, I'm fine. My cat was killing herself. So. Cat you. Okay. So. Sorry, I'm back. We have technical what difficulties? That sounds wrong. Hi Fisher. Now I have two cats here. Okay. Everything is fine. Cat survived, I survived, the chair survived. Everything survived. It's a cat. Everything good. So, where was we? F4, yeah, British. There's also British F4, right? But it's like also a British F4 series, so. So yeah, that's I need to find the way into this interview now again. My cats are distracting me. So, what did I say, cat? So yeah, you also did your first start in GB4 already last year, so it's not the first time you're driving this series.
Yeah.
But I would say the weekend in Donington last weekend was pretty good. So
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
did you had fun? I assume so. So
Yeah.
but maybe ignore the last race, but the first two were really good. Flying cats, flying chair, flying cones, what else? Everything is flying. As a Brit, yep, that pretty much covers it. So really you're British, yes? I didn't know. Okay, Ava, a question for you. Favorite track you raced on, and do you have a dream track or race you want to do?
My favorite track I've driven on is probably Road America. It's just like home track. But then somewhere I would like to race, would probably be Spa. In a race I would
That's
do, or if I could do.
I mean, never say
Um,
never.
Yeah, true. Um, maybe like the Daytona 500, or not the Daytona 500, the 24 hours of Daytona.
That's also,
Would be
yeah.
cool. Yeah.
I mean, especially as American, I think it's also a different feeling again to race
Yeah.
the big American races as well.
Yeah.
So I love Road America, very fun track and iRacing. Yeah, we just have experience in iRacing of all those tracks. So
That's okay.
for me,
It's
for
pretty good.
example, I hate Spa in iRacing.
Yeah.
Not a fan of this track, but I mean, visiting it and maybe driving it in real life is also a bit different. So I'm also not a racing driver, so it is a bit different, right? So, but how difficult is this coming from America to Europe and racing in
Um,
England?
it's been different. Everything is a little different here. So I'm not like with anyone. I'm kind of just by myself. So I've had to learn how to take care of myself
Oh yeah.
at 16. So that was a big change for me. But otherwise, I feel like I'm with like a really good team and they understand me and what I need to succeed, and we just work very well together. So I think it was a good step to come here than it was in America.
I mean, the one of the advantages is probably that they also speak English, so it's a like language
Yeah.
barrier a bit
Yeah.
down. It's not that it's easy. I don't say this,
Yeah,
but
sometimes the accents are a little confusing. Like I'll be like, but I've
yes,
gotten used to it.
very true. And then you meet those Scottish guys, and then you don't
I
understand
can't understand them.
anything. Yes,
I can't. I try really, really hard. I can't. And they smile.
yeah, that's crazy. So English isn't English, but
Yes, that would be bad if it wasn't.
but I mean, also going. I mean, in the world, I mean, America and Europe is kind of different. With 16, it's a big step. So
Yeah.
it's definitely cool and maybe sometimes also scary. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't have done this probably with 16, but I
Yeah, I was
was
kind of pushed out to the deep end.
yeah. And I mean, at the end of the day, you do it for something you really love, right? So
Yeah, it's worth it.
that's also it. So I assume you stay the whole season then here and just maybe fly home shortly when you have the time in between.
Yeah, so I'm leaving after Silverstone to go back home for a while. And then we have a race in the middle or near the end of May, so I'll just come back for that weekend. I can't spend too many days here because I don't have a visa, so I can only spend like 6 months here.
Yeah,
And no offense to anyone, but I wouldn't want to spend 6 months here anyway.
true.
So
Also,
I definitely am trying to go home as much as I can.
yeah, also visiting family and stuff. I think that's also very important in between.
Yeah.
Even you do what you love, there is still you want to see your family, maybe your friends and stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's also a big thing.
Yeah.
I want to add the favorite car, racing wise or not racing wise. So that's a question for you.
Okay.
If you have a favorite car that you race or also not race, like a road car.
Um, I can answer both. My favorite racing car that I've been in is the GB3 car. And then my favorite road car would be maybe the Ferrari Enzo is my favorite.
I mean, in America, you already can drive a car or start driving a
Yeah.
car, right? Yeah.
I personally don't, but
I mean, you couldn't use it in Europe, so we're a bit
yeah.
later with driving. So
Yeah.
when you're lucky, you have some countries where you can do it with 70 when you have your parent with you, but mostly
Mhm.
it's 18. So we're a bit later than you. So very brave move. Yeah, definitely. I would sign this. I wouldn't have done this with 16.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's also a big important reason, or not reason, but fact when you say the team is very good you're with and you feel not left alone, even you are kinda alone in a different country and stuff. So I think that's very important that you see that you still feel good even you're alone.
Yeah, no, I get it.
The correct answer is Aston Martin. Okay. Maggie is an Aston Martin fan, I would say.
I can tell.
BMW M3 GTR for race cars, Pagani Sondra for road cars. I'm honest, I don't even have a favorite car. I couldn't answer this question, so I'm always amazed about your all answers. I'm so, yeah, it is a car, it's right. No, it's not that bad, but you know. Like in general, a race car. You mean for me? I don't really think I have a favorite car. I love Indy cars, but that's another story. So, I mean, when we talk already about IndyCar stuff, is there a dream series you would want to drive in the future? When you can dream back, doesn't matter if it's realistic or not. What would you love to drive?
Honestly, anything.
Anything? Okay.
It doesn't matter, yeah. I mean,
As
if
long
I
as it's
like
racing.
yeah, as long as I'm racing, I don't really care. But the goal is like IndyCar or potentially F1 if I can reach to that point.
Yeah, that's amazing. I mean, I'm a bit more an IndyCar fan than I'm an F1 fan, so you always will see me tend a bit more to IndyCar. Because,
me too.
Yeah, for me it's just the series I've grown.
Yeah.
It's always so strange saying this for me because I'm European. We don't have a lot of IndyCar back the days, but we had Champ Car back the days on TV and always watched Champ Cars. So I tend to enjoy IndyCar a lot more, but I mean, as a racing driver, obviously you want to go to the top and to the top tier series and stuff, but I think as long as you can race, there are so many possibilities in the world. So
yeah, a lot of people overlook that and they all want to go to F1, but at the end of the day, there's only like, what is it, like 20 drivers.
Yeah. And then there is Alonso blocking the seat for 15 years or something, or even longer.
That's what I mean. Yeah, we all want to go to F1, but like, there's so much more than that.
Oh, definitely. But I have the feeling that's often forgotten. So, I mean, there's obviously IndyCar. I don't know, when you look even in more different countries, Super Formula, there is so much GT racing. I mean, maybe even endurance would be something for you. I'm not sure how you...
Yeah, we're starting to get into the sports car racing a little bit too. It's just always been like haven't tried it. So I tried it and I did fairly well. So we're going to see what the rest of the year looks like for that.
Oh, definitely. And you're so young. I mean, there's so much time to develop and making your way. So
yeah,
I would definitely say there's so much to get to. I was introduced to IndyCar but by Hot Wheels Battle Force 5. I have no idea what you're talking about. And then Walden was a guest voice. It's probably a series, isn't it, Ravioli? Did you drove ovals? Was the USF series doing ovals? I can't remember.
Just USF 2000 and USF Pro was doing oval race. I won an oval race last year.
Okay.
And the first this year.
I wasn't.
But I did not participate in that.
I mean, oval
racing.
I was
still injured, but yeah.
Yeah, the big accident. There was last year, and that was kind of shocking. I mean, luckily no one was hurt, but that was scary to see.
Yeah, trust me, the phone calls I got.
Oh, I believe. I mean, we also reached out, so that's always.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of videos on Instagram about it too, till this day. And the misconception is really bad. I don't know how people were.
Yeah. Do you remember the accident fully?
No.
But I mean, that's not an unusual answer. So the most can't remember the full time it happens.
Yeah, that's just like it's a PTSD thing, which sounds dramatic, but it's real.
But I also think that's not a really bad thing. At the end, it's a safe process of our brain just to keep it away and just get you again in the car. So, and you're fully back. So I'm pretty sure this is. It was a good thing that you can't. Maybe it wouldn't even be a thing when you're always good to go back in the car and not have a lot of remembering or bad feelings.
Yeah. If I were to race there again, I'd probably be a little nervous. And I've gone to tracks that I was like a little like, okay, like I hold my breath sometimes, but I'm like, it's okay. Like that stuff doesn't ever happen. Like really, it never does. So I've gotten a lot better since then. But I remember we went out to do practice in USF 2000 for the first time after I came back, because I had a concussion and stuff, so I couldn't drive to begin with. So, and the track was kind of like hilly, and it was like the last corner was like uphill, like how not as steep, but it was like it made me hold my breath. I was like, oh man. So I don't know how I feel about going back there.
Was it I mean, you don't need to answer this, but was this also the reason to maybe go over to Europe and try racing here, or was this just random?
A lot of things in my life had changed from the point where I had the crash to the point where I'd gotten back into the car. And I have obviously I had switched teams at that time, which did cause a little bit of a controversy for a while. But everything it worked out, and I got an offer. Dan, who runs VRD, actually offered for me to come over here last year. Obviously, I did the Silverstone and Donington round, so it was a lot of things just had changed in my life, and I didn't really know how to go at it at first. So after that, we had done a lot of testing. Not really a lot, but we had done like a couple tests, some here and one in Spain, and then we did some of the sports car testing, and then in like after we did the last Donington round, it was kind of like, okay, like if we're gonna see like what do we want to do next. Our plan next year was to do USF 2000, and it's basically still like F4. It's really not that fast. I personally feel like it's not, but it's a fast car. It doesn't feel that fast to me. But we had saw that they came out with a new GB4 car, which was a lot better. It's a really good car. This field was like stacked up. It's competitive. So we kind of made the call, like, yeah, like, okay, let's go and do like all like the official like preseason testing, and we just kind of like went for it because it's just a really good series to be in this year.
Yeah, and I would say it's also more competitive.
Yeah, definitely.
Than it is the USF series, and I blame myself. I sometimes can't sort all the USF series anymore because there's so many.
Yeah.
They all sound the same for me. I'm always sitting there. Okay, wait. We have the juniors, we have the pro, the 2000, and
yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I also think the European racing is a bit more competitive.
Yeah, definitely.
Very difficult word for a non-English speaker. Also, the fields are, I think, bigger. I think the grid is way bigger in GB4 than it is in the USF series.
Yeah, there's 25 drivers, and really the top 12 are all under a second off of P1. So it's a really competitive group, and I'm also racing with really experienced drivers. They're really good. So it's definitely really competitive this year.
Definitely. And you did amazing. I mean, you wasn't bad in your debut races last year, but you made a huge step, in my opinion, from last year rounds to this year. So looking very, very good so far.
Yeah,
When you're not unlucky, like in race 3, that happens, but the first 2
yeah.
races, really, really.
No, yeah. I think it went okay. I don't, obviously, I don't feel pleased with it. No one does if you're not winning. So,
Yeah, true. That's a
it's just the
racing driver.
mentality.
Right.
Yeah. Everyone's like, oh, you did good. I'm like, yeah, I guess I did.
Yeah. I know what you
I know
mean.
there's so much there. Yeah, I know there's so much more development there. Because this is my first season of doing, my first, like, open wheel season. Or anything related to cars, so yeah, I finally get to have a good like base point of where am I actually at and how do I keep developing from there. And obviously last year that was going to be the same thing. We were going to do a full season of USF Junior, but obviously that didn't work out. So, some things are better than some things happen for a reason. So I think it was just meant to be that we were here. And I am really grateful to be at this point doing this with a great team. I'm working with really good people. So I think it will be really good though.
Oh, definitely. And I mean, there's always space to develop and improve, especially. So when you think you're done improving, I think then you're losing it. So that's a very good mentality. So Magoo says, I think if you want to be in Formula Series Europe is the place to be. I would say so too, especially in the youth series or in the feeder series. So yeah, and you have always open from here, so will be a lot to see in the next years, I'm pretty sure. Also, Naido, welcome in. So, we have another question. Would you consider V8 Supercross or BTCC if it ever came up?
Wait, what was the question?
The question was, would you consider V8 Supercars or BTCC if it ever came up? So would you race in V8 Supercars or BTCC if there is a possibility to? Wait, Supercars is a bit of a trouble. True, it's Australia.
Yeah. Yeah, that is like really good. It's cool. I race that series on iRacing a lot. I'd probably do that just because like I've done it a lot. But my dad plays it too, so
Let's do all
cool.
the series.
Yeah, that's the only one he likes.
It has wheels, it makes noises, it can drive, we go for it.
Yeah.
So when I just listen to it, do you do a lot of iRacing in preparation or also just for fun? Or other sims?
Yeah, I do a lot of iRacing to prepare for tracks and stuff. But I like when I'm at home, I spend so it's at my dad's house, so I spend 4 days out of the week there. 4 or 5 days out of the week there, 5 days. And I will do like 4 hours every day that I'm there on obviously whatever I need to work on. So yeah.
Okay, we have more questions. Nilo is asking what other games you play when you play other games.
I'm gonna get hated on for this.
No, no one will get. Okay, no one gets hate here. There will be bans.
Yeah, me and my friends always play Roblox together. Or like Fortnite or something.
I mean,
I never said I was good at it, but
everything that makes fun. We also have at least one I know who's playing Fortnite here from time to time, so there is no hate.
yeah.
I mean, I'm obviously the streamer here. I play everything. Last Friday we played a game called Toilet Chronicles, so
Yeah.
there will no hate in this
Yeah.
chat. And if someone's hating, they just get out. We had Sita was this last time, right? Playing Fortnite on her phone. That's weird.
I think someone's knocking on my door.
Just have a look.
I'm kind of scared, but I hate to be like this and leave.
You can totally look at your door if you want it.
Yeah, that's really weird. Hold on, I'm gonna go look real quick. I'm
Yes.
sorry. That's so odd. Okay. Yeah, sorry, let me go look at that real quick. I don't know who would come at my door.
We save you otherwise.
Yeah.
Yes, Nado. As long as you're happy, have fun games, or to enjoy, not to be ashamed of. True. True, very true. Do you still play Fortnite, Samu, though? It's not me. What? That's what we say? What? We ever? We ever? I normally hide when someone is ringing my doorbell, so used to this. Did you get banned for being a bot? True. That was you. It was you. So weird. Maybe. Oh my god, guys. Not this time? No, that's too far for you, Slow. 25th version of you. Wait, how many versions are there from you, Ronaldo? How many do you have? To play with friends, like strangers as teammates. Oh yeah, I know this. A window I can discreetly look out through to see who's at the door. That way I get no surprises. Yeah, normally when you have those doors here for your flats, you have such a spy thingy. But my door not have any, so I hide or I open the door. Mostly I hide. So I don't like surprises. Spion. Yeah, what's this in English? I don't have this. This apartment building here was once a studio something, so not all of this stuff here is really like it should. Glass. Oh my god. You all have the good spy stuff. Thing is far. Turns out of her share when I knock on her door in 5 minutes. Don't scare Samu, please. Don't do it. Also, I'm not sure what Streamlabs has again, but my cam from Ava isn't again, so we just leave it this. You would share your food? People, yes, that sounds, but it sounds dirty, didn't it? For me, it sounds dirty. I don't know what to say. Oh. Your food? Yes, you did. I had a salesman here twice yesterday. Oh my gosh. I hate them. Luckily, it just happened twice or something since I lived here, but yeah. It's not amazing to be an adult sometimes. Or adult. By the way, guys, is the stream working properly? Because I changed my internet provider and I just want to know if everything's fine. Because I think, no, yesterday was the first stream, but still. I need to find the Govron Hole meme again. The Govron? What's a Govron? Ugh. Oh, yeah, I never watched Star Trek. Ava's does, yeah. But I'm not sure if this is really her or if this is the program, because we already had the problems with Dan last time. Did we had someone in between? No, my brain is not working. I leave a card in the mail telling me they were coming, so I knew what they wanted to sell. Magu, tell me. A shoot gun? Oh, I haven't even read this. Because you have to sell them something.
Okay.
We're
Hi,
back.
sorry about that.
Oh, good. We just started to get worried.
Okay. Yes, I apologize. Sorry.
No, everything's fine. As long as you fine, everything is fine.
Yeah.
Chad just entertained me, so. Or I entertained Chad? I don't know. We learned a new word today, so. Because we learned that I don't have a people in my door in my flat, so I couldn't even spy who is outside.
Yeah, I don't know, that was really weird.
So I just said I normally hide when someone is ringing the doorbell or so.
They were persistent. I was like, okay. It was about my recycling. They didn't take my recycling for some reason. So they showed up to my door.
Okay. Well, you're still here, you're not, you know, oh well.
No.
So everything's good.
Oh my god.
So Chad, did I miss something? Because we all had.
Oh my god. I'm really sorry. I don't really know what's wrong with these people. I will be back again. Jeez.
That is a child from a gun with a shot and an arrow. Okay. Okay, Nelva. We believe you. Yeah, the Klingon commander from Star Trek. I never watched this. I never watched Star Trek, so I'm really out of this. I was never a fan of that. I think the only thing I watched as I was younger was Andromeda. And I just watched Star Wars. Patty, when we started Star Wars 2 years ago. Yeah, I think I watched all the Star Wars movies 2 years ago. First of all. When you drive, do you hear music? In your head. Ooh, that's a good. I always have music. That's why I pay Spotify, you know. 2 years, yes. Yeah, it was the first 24 hours of Nords, right? Oh, where? Crazy, time is running. And this year we're not there. I don't even regret it. Still need to get my vacation for July.
Sorry about that.
Don't worry.
People are annoying here.
That's people. That's normal.
Yeah.
Most of them are annoying.
Yeah.
Not all of them, but some of them. But they dropped a new question for you.
Okay.
When you drive, do you hear music in your head, like a favorite song or something?
Sometimes. Or most of the time, I just like, I don't think about anything.
You just drive.
I just drive. It's real. Like, I literally don't think about anything. It just kind of happens.
Yeah, but also, I mean, it's a sport where you need to get your attention 100% on the track and the cars around you and anything. So.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Magoo, I'm so sorry. I overread your question. Now, as you asked again, I just saw it again. Magoo is asking, what do you think of the British racetracks?
I actually like them a lot. I've liked every track I've been on. And I think it's cool that we get to go to like an F1 track like Silverstone. But I also think it's cool that we like mixed in like Alton Park, which is like a really bumpy, like little narrow track. So it's definitely like a good mixture of like skill set for each track. But I do love the tracks. They're actually pretty good.
Do you have a track you driven in your life that you dislike the most? Is there something? Like for me, I definitely don't like driving Spa. That's one of my most hated tracks.
That's a hard one.
I mean, when there's no answer because you like any track, then this is also an answer. But...
Yeah. If I had to say my least favorite track, would probably be Portland.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I I think that's the new, isn't that's the new track in iRacing since this season? Then I
Yeah,
didn't.
it's coming out at the end of the year.
Oh, okay. I tried them all, but not loving them all.
Yeah. Yeah, they're adding quite a few, I think.
By the way, guys, there's the link to Ava's Instagram. Follow, please. Ravioli riding. I've been to Donington for the racing museum. Do you visited the racing museum there? Do you have time for stuff like this? Probably not, but do you visited? Oh, follow Fisher. Now coming the food questions. Now I'm hungry again. Okay, Fisher is asking, what is your comfort food from the States that you have to get every so often now you are in the UK?
Um, Honestly, I'm gonna sound really fat for saying this. A cheeseburger. Like, it's like if you know, you know. Like it's just like different. Like
Yeah, I believe.
or something healthier would be probably I obviously I cook for myself, so Greek chicken is like it's really good. My mom makes it for me, so it's really good though. Otherwise, yeah. Very American to me to say cheeseburger, but it really is just that good.
That's
You
very,
just
yeah.
can't give it up.
It's we Europeans sometimes think we're doing great food and adapting great food, but when you're eating food in America or somewhere, it's a different.
Yeah.
It's very different mostly. So yeah, I
Yeah, it
believe.
really is.
What is, because I asked this mostly, what is the best food you ever had on a racetrack
Oh.
and where?
I remember we had Chick-fil-A once. It was oh god, I can't remember what track it was. It was for like a practice day, and the team had like catered food. Or no, it wasn't Chick-fil-A, it was Qdoba, which is like, do you know what Chipotle is?
Yeah, I know what it is.
It's literally like another Chipotle. It's like a healthier Chipotle, but it was so good. That was like, it was at Road America. It was like the best thing I've ever eaten in my life. I swear. It was so different.
That's so good because I do a list out of all these chats, and then I need to visit the tracks and eat this food there because there's so great answers to this question.
Yeah.
I really need to, and then we need to film this and just do a, I don't know, YouTube series out of this or so because
Yeah.
there's so great answers.
Yeah, Road America, they had like a lot of like food truck like on the race weekend, they had like a lot of like food trucks.
Yeah,
And those were really good. And
I
then
mean,
they have like a little like I don't know what it is. It's kind of like in the middle of the track, but there's like they like sell food there. It's actually really good. I'm not gonna lie.
I just honestly, when I am on a racetrack, I think I just get my camera and I just try every food track there is and just
Yeah,
rate the food. I think it would be a fun video.
I have a reel about doing that at Road America actually.
You need to do this, or yeah, because
Yeah,
it's so cool.
it is. It's so different everywhere you go, really.
Yeah. Also, when the food is called the same, but it's not the same mostly.
Yeah,
So it just hits different. Like Magoo said, when you go to a proper steakhouse in America, it hit different, definitely.
yeah. I
So
can't eat steak. The steak here just isn't the same.
yeah, it's called the same, but it isn't the same. So and if you
Yeah, it
know
does
the good
not taste
stuff,
the same at all.
yeah, when you know the good
And
stuff, you nope.
yeah, I don't know what it is here. Every time like I order like meat or like a steak, right? It's always overcooked
hmm
from what I like it. So I like medium rare, like it's pretty pink on the inside and it comes well done. And I'm a little confused,
hmm
just a little. Same with the cheeseburgers I get to. They're always well done. I'm like just a little juice in there, guys.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure some here can do this like you want, but you need then you to find the right places, and that's difficult. And
Yeah, that's like the worst part.
it's just overall not the
Yeah,
same.
that's just like a normal thing I've noticed here.
Yeah. Also, Great Britain and the rest of Europe can also be kind of different, but still.
Mhm.
Ne, Misky. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So Fisher is saying mine is the Crunch Grouper at the Tavern of Bayborough on the St. Pete Street course. That was a long sentence. I honestly need to visit the US tracks soon. And eat all the food there.
Yes.
In Sweden, the restaurant seems to be scared of seasoning the meat. But isn't this important?
Yes.
I mean...
It is.
Mm.
That's the same problem I've noticed here too. Nothing is seasoned.
As I was in Great Britain, it's a couple of years ago, I had the feeling everything is too salty over there, but maybe that changed because it's a lot of years.
Yeah. No,
So,
I do agree with that. Some things can be pretty salty.
yeah, that was I noticed in Great Britain, but as I said, it's a long time
Yeah.
ago I was there, so. So, but because we have one question we asked everyone, and as we are already in the food topic, and I have no idea, but every chat with just drifts into food topics.
Yeah.
It's just happening. But we have one question we asked everyone, so there is no right and wrong answer. But there need to be an answer. So the question is: pineapple on pizza, yes or no?
I'm gonna say no. I'm not a fan of that.
Oh, we definitely
Personally.
understand. You will make some very happy and sad, and you will make some very sad.
Yeah.
But that's why I said there is no right and wrong answer, because we're all so divided, and we just gotta, I don't know, it's just a question we asked everyone because it got so. Our first ever guest on this chat with was an Italian guy, and it was a fun question. And now we asked everyone.
Yeah.
So he was shocked by this question.
Yeah. I've tried it. It's not right.
I mean, I eat it, so, but I also see the problem. Why people not liking it.
Yeah. Like when I think of pizza, it's like a savory item. If I like tasted something sweet, I'm kind of like, ooh. Like I also hate like like some people in America will like grill pineapple and watermelon. I don't like that.
Yeah, I understand.
I just don't think it matches.
So by now it's 9-6 for no pineapple on pizza. So the no pineapple fraction is now leading. Och, Miska, please leave my headset, thank you. But did you know that Swedish people having banana curry pizza?
They have banana curry?
Pizza, yes. And I will bring this on the table each time.
Wow.
Because that sounds not good.
I'm not a big fan of curry.
But banana on pizza, I don't know.
I might have to pass.
Yeah, me too. There's so much better food. Thank you, Miska. Oh, wow. Did I miss something? Salty chocolate is yum. Yeah, salty chocolate is nice. Do you like salty chocolate?
What is it?
Just salty chocolate. So you have a chocolate with salt in it.
Oh. I've never tried it.
It's pretty good. I love salted chocolate, so I'm always for this.
I'll have to try it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's also in Great Britain something good with salty and chocolate.
Yeah.
I love it. I love that it's sweet and then salty at the same time. I just love it.
Yeah. It's not too much of one.
Yum, yum, yum. Personally, pineapple on pizza is rank. I mean, it's really a debatable question. Some people liking it, some not. But it's also not the big hate discussion as it's sometimes on social media. So.
Yeah.
But it's just, we just need to ask everyone because it's so fun. I love this. Nutella on Yorkshire pudding. I don't know if I want this. But I also don't eat meat, so. Miska. I have a cat on me, so you need to live with the cat on me now. She is the star of the stream. Always. Do you have animal pets at home?
I have a dog. His name's Harry.
No.
He's a Shih Tzu
Oh yeah.
mixed with a pug.
Okay. That sounds interesting.
Yeah, so he breathes really weird. The poor thing.
Yeah, that's
But he's really funny.
true, but I'm pretty sure you have a good life still.
Very. Very.
The little king.
Yes, he has a better life than 90% of the people on this earth.
Do we not try this for any of our animals and pets?
Yeah.
I'm
Like my mom feeds him the best of everything.
Yeah. Sometimes
Like
I'm
meat
also jealous.
steak, chick, whatever he wants.
Yeah,
And I question.
It's a good life, I would say.
I know, I'm jealous of him sometimes.
I know this feeling though. Sam was
I know.
also asking, what's your favorite animal?
My favorite animal?
Hmm?
That's a really good question. There's so many.
Oh, true. You can also say more than one, I would say.
I'm gonna play it simple and go with cats.
Oh, that's Miska is very happy about this answer.
I used to have 2 cats. So I do love them a lot, and everyone I know has a cat.
Yeah, cats. I mean, I grew up with a dog and cats, but I love my cats. Also, Magu saying the correct answer is Baloo. You haven't saw Baloo yet because it's my other cat, but I'm not allowed to tell Miska. I think Magu loves my other cat. See, Magu, Miska is going now. Maybe you saw Baloo in my Instagram story though. That's the white one, the white red one.
Oh yeah.
Magu loves him. Sorry, Miska, he doesn't mean it like this. Oh, he's also my favorite. So, don't tell her. I love both though. I love both. So, he's such a cutie, he is. And the problem is he knows that he is such a cutie. That's the problem. He just knows how much of him. He's playing with me. Not good. It's not good. But I'm also sometimes jealous of my own cats, so they're getting better stuff than me sometimes.
Yeah.
Mostly.
A universal experience.
Yes, I'm pretty sure. But I love doing it, so I'm pretty sure I not even will change, so it's...
No, yeah. I wouldn't change it.
They just deserve everything. And when they get food and I don't get food, then it's still the best, because they are not hungry. So... I love animals and pets, and everyone who loves pets too, so... So, Jen. No more questions. Because I lost the plot. I wanted to ask something, but I forgot it. So, Magu has a question though. Do you have any drivers or others you look up to or get inspiration from?
I definitely look up to like Lewis Hamilton and Oscar Piastri. And when I was younger, I really used to look up to like Kyle Busch, which is a NASCAR driver.
Yeah.
Matt Keselowski. Because I grew up watching like NASCAR and like cup car stuff. Because that's what my dad was like. My dad used to drive those, but he was really into it, and he knew a lot of people who made it up pretty high and did pretty well in NASCAR. So we would always just watch And that's what I grew up with. I was actually originally supposed to be in like cup car racing, and obviously I'm still gonna try it out because why not? Obviously, but it's just yeah, it's just something I like grew up with always. So those are just like the people I've always like knew. I didn't watch up growing like F1 and stuff. I grew up watching like NASCAR and like dirt racing. So very American, I know, but it's real. It's
But I
real.
mean, that's pretty normal. It's like, I mean, European mostly grew up with, I don't know, Formula One, Michael
Yeah.
Schumacher, and I don't know, stuff. So I think it's pretty normal that you have your own local heroes. So America,
Yeah.
obviously NASCAR is a big thing,
Yeah.
and stuff. So I'm pretty sure that's pretty normal. So it's definitely not, yeah, normal. I said this already. So brain, thank you. But I mean, I'm a bit older than you. So for me, it was always also Mika Häkkinen, Kimi Räikkönen. So I was more
Yeah,
this.
Kimi Räikkönen. I do like Kimi Räikkönen a lot, actually.
Yes, he was.
I like so many of them.
He was the first ever race car driver I was obsessed with. Let's say obsessed with, because I even had posters on my youth teen room wall. So yeah, but also, for example, NASCAR was never a thing here, so that was
Yeah,
pretty.
it's not. It's like American, very American.
Yeah, we have Euro NASCAR by now, but it's a bit different than real
Yeah.
American NASCAR. They just try to adapt kind of the cars and doing some racing. It's not bad racing, but it's not NASCAR, so.
Yeah. It's not the same. Yeah. I don't think anything will be like American NASCAR. It's just its own thing.
Yes. Also, we
It's
don't
so
really
different.
have many ovals in Europe. We have some, but not
Mhm.
really many. So for us, it's most really, yeah, normal circuit racing instead of oval
Yeah.
racing or anything.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of ovals in America.
Yeah, but I
Like
mean
so many.
that's also your history,
Yeah, that's literally like that's like where it all started basically.
right? I mean,
A lot
also,
of drifting tracks, like dragways and stuff like that. I always see them in Wisconsin, I feel like.
would you do
Or like when they
try
travel.
drifting though?
Hmm?
Would you try drifting though?
I do drift.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's
I,
cool.
I love it. I do actually. I like it a lot. I actually can't wait to go back home so I can go drift.
That's cool.
It's a
So,
fun thing to do, like
I believe
whenever you want, really.
we're doing a drifting show now. We once planned to do a karting thingy, so maybe we can just plan a drifting thingy as well. We're
Yeah.
just doing everything. Would be so cool.
Yeah, honestly.
Euronesco is like, we have a parking lot, let's draw a circle on it and race around.
Yeah.
Euronesco is not even doing ovals, I think. They just have normal tracks.
NASCAR does some like road courses.
Oh yeah, that's sometimes, I'm very sorry to say this, but sometimes it's very funny to watch.
Yeah, I know it's really bad to watch because that's not what they grew up doing. That's not like, what am I doing?
Yeah, I mean, they need to learn new stuff. I mean, sure, they can drive, but it's a very different driving style, oval and road
It's so
racing.
different. Yeah,
So
it's funny.
fun to watch, yeah. I mean,
Yeah, it is.
most of us shouldn't laugh too loud about it, because I think when we would get into the car, we wouldn't be much better, but it's still fun to see. Truck
Yeah, no, it's
racing and
definitely
motorsport.
really fun to watch.
Yeah. But, I mean, I not really watched much oval racing as I was younger. I'm not even sure. I think Champ Car had some oval racing, but they were not really shown in TV. It was mostly the circuit racing stuff.
Yeah.
So I had a late introduction to ovals, and I never really got into it. I love the Indy 500 and stuff to watch because it's special, and I also watched the Indy car ovals, but it never got me as much as circuit racing. So
Yeah.
it's definitely a big difference. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's fun to drive, but to watch, it's sometimes, I would say, a bit boring.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, because I kind of just going around in a circle
Would
for
you
like 200 laps.
yeah, that's kind of the problem
Once you
behind
like
it.
know, like like back then, not back then, I'm not that old, but like a couple years ago, like when Kyle Busch was like winning a lot and there was like a lot of drama with him and Joey Logano. It was like that was like peak NASCAR. Like it was so fun to watch. I loved it.
Yeah,
And obviously to this day, like like the people and like how they came up and stuff, like it's definitely like it's like F1. It's so interesting because you know them since they were like younger basically.
yeah.
And it's just like crazy to watch because like you know so much about them. But I do get it. It can get boring sometimes. I'm kind of like, what am I doing?
That's true, but that's also an interesting fact you're saying. I mean, racing and especially the drivers behind the helmet are so more accessible from the outside by now because social media. And I think, I mean, you had open tracks and stuff in the past, but it's bigger than it was in the past because Miss Khan, not on the key, please. Because you was not driving so far to meet a racetrack and whatsoever. So you have your local track and went to this, and that was it. But I think you also have so much. You think you know the people behind the race suit and stuff. So
Yeah.
with social media, it's very open and you. I mean, there's so many headlights and drama around every F1 driver, especially because they did something or
Yeah.
did something not, or whatever, and the fan just thinking they know the person. It's not the reality mostly, but they think they know.
Yeah.
So I think people are way more invested these days to watch racing because they think they know the drivers and being the friends of the drivers. It's not
Yeah.
true, but you know.
Yeah.
And that really changed or racing, and I think that's also what also NASCAR tried to show. That's the drivers, and you know, or you learn to know them, and that's why you watch it because you're invested with the drivers instead of the actual racing series. That's kind of what Drive to Survive does with F1 because people thinking they know the person's better than the racing, and for most fans, I think that's also the case. They knew more drama than racing.
Yeah, exactly.
But
To keep it interesting.
yeah, that's the modern way, I think. I'm also like you using social media to just show yourself, attracting sponsors and fans and stuff. I think that's also the new way of the life of a racing driver. Out there, showing yourself and yeah,
Yeah.
being
Yeah, it's very
close.
normalized.
And I'm pretty sure it's not also easy, especially as young girl. I mean, I know what I get for messages sometimes, and I don't think it's much better for you.
No.
Sometimes,
It's
so
bad.
we all know what's happening behind the closed direct
Yeah, there's a lot of
messages.
weird people out there.
Oh, definitely.
Unfortunately, it's just the reality you have to face. And even at the track, sometimes you'll encounter some weird people and you're kind of like, okay.
Yeah, especially, I mean, I don't want to say boys and men not having this experience, but I think as girls, this is even worse sometimes. I mean, when I'm on a racetrack, I mean, I'm there as a journalist, and you can think sometimes there are more girls in journalism than in racing, but I'm very often the only girl also in the media room. So I had some meetings I don't want to relive. So
Yeah.
it's sometimes you're really just thinking, so, okay, and that's your opinion because I'm a girl, or
Yeah.
what? So it's a shame sometimes, and I'm not sure how you handle it, but I think it's some stuff you just need to not accept, but just to get over with and say, okay, that wasn't it. And we just move on from this, even that was not the most nice stuff we ever had on a racetrack.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, for sure. It does mean comments are normal. I've been used to that for honestly my entire life. But sometimes I've only recently experienced this, obviously growing up too. And I guess just being on social media, and obviously I don't post anything like out of line or like do stuff out of line. Like I'm pretty like I know like what to say. Like okay, I'm not gonna like say something crazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I've had a couple experiences where like not in like I don't know how to say this without saying it sound really bad, but almost like kind of like in a weird, creepy way where I'm kind of like, okay, like yeah, you might need to take a couple steps back. Like
Yeah.
I don't know how to feel about that. It is obviously like I was kind of like oh like whatever, but then I would tell people, and then people would be like, that's not normal, and I was like, oh okay.
Yeah,
So
some I don't think they have, I don't know what it's wrong with them, but I don't know if they not know what they're writing or how they're behaving, or if they just don't care, or if this really them. I don't know. But it's sometimes really, really nasty and dirty, and ugh.
yeah,
And then I'm
yeah,
also thinking about. I mean, I'm a bit older, but you, for example, 16. I worked with some drivers who are even younger than you, like 14 or something. And I don't want them to read stuff like this, to be honest.
yeah.
So, ugh.
It's really gross almost, especially like I'll go to look at like comment sections in like another female driver's post, and especially if they're like bigger too. I kind of like I'm like oh, that was my computer, sorry. But it's definitely weird, and like I personally don't think that should be normalized. Like it's very normalized in every single comment section I see. I personally get messages, and I'm not like famous or anything. Like I'm not like that. But it's just like if that's happening now, I only can imagine what other girls are dealing with. Like it is really sad, but it's just reality at this point. Like that's just like social media just brings that out of people. So
Yeah, and that's a shame, because I think some people just living for it, doing such
mhm.
comments. If this is hate or I don't know, whatever, I don't really want to even talk about it because it's so gross and stuff.
Yeah.
And honestly, it doesn't matter on which account I go. When it's a female, there are always comments like, you know,
Yeah.
and that's just ugh. It's just, I mean, some of us can work with this, but there are also young girls who maybe not having the confidence and maybe the thinking about, they just sometimes just disappear because of this and not following their dreams or stuff,
Mhm.
just because they can't work with the pressure from the outside. And that's a shame, honestly. And also, like
Mhm.
Samu says, internet be good, but sometimes internet is the shittiest place. Definitely. I mean, I
Yeah.
have so many amazing meetings and learn people to know from the internet and stuff. I mean, without the internet, we wouldn't do stuff like this. I would
Yeah.
never have met you, or I had so many awesome guests in the last years on this streaming format and stuff. But sometimes I just want to throw out my phone and
Yeah.
Instagram and stuff, because it's yeah.
Yeah, I'm never really on it much, honestly, because I love and hate social media. I won't lie. I love and hate it.
I
There's so much good, there's so much bad.
definitely, and also I also mostly try to just give or take the good stuff out of my account and comments and stuff. I also try to often write positive stuff on the post, and someone
Mm-hmm.
did a great race weekend, or just showing a picture of whatever, then your hair, whatever, it doesn't matter. But I just try to leave some positive stuff, because it just helps all of us, and I think we can do it for a nice place, or a
Mm-hmm.
better place than some others.
Yeah,
And there will ever be persons who just hate you for you doing your stuff. I mean, the most of them are jealous. The most of them also, especially hating female drivers and stuff, they just jealous they're not that good and they're not doing
yeah,
what you do. And that's always what I try to think about when I see such comments. I'm so, okay, this is a very, very a sad person who not has any friends and joy in life. Probably it is not an
Yeah.
excuse, but
No.
it's what I mostly think, that they are a very, very poor person.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, what I've noticed is definitely a lot of insecure men who decide
yeah,
to comment things,
yeah,
and that just says enough. That speaks enough words. It's just like, go away. I
yeah.
don't know. But just don't say anything. Like,
But they feel better when they do this, because that's the only way they find happiness in life, and
yeah.
feel good for a short moment. Because, I mean, for
Yeah.
example, I lost most of my vision, so I just say around 60% with glasses and stuff. So I using lines in iRacing. I'm allowed to use lines even for official racing, because it's enabled for me extra. And sometimes I just get messages, "You're so bad, you're driving with lines," and then I go to their account and then I see they're doing, I don't know, F1 24 with TV cam and stuff, and I'm okay, but I'm bad when I'm doing it with lines and stuff. It's so
Yeah.
fun. It's so fun sometimes.
Yeah. That's like something you can't even control either. It's like
Yeah, but yeah,
very weird. I've always grown up, I've had parents that told me, like, I grew up with, like, if someone says anything negative, girl or boy, or whatever,
yeah,
if anyone says anything negative about you, it's just because they're projecting things they're insecure about themselves onto you.
yeah,
And that honestly made me look at it so much differently. Like, obviously, I grew up getting bullied all the time for being a girl or whatever. Let's do.
yeah,
And I was really young when they told me that, and I didn't really start to get it until I grew up a little bit. But like it really has changed my mindset a lot. Like, wow, these people are just honestly have nothing better to do with their lives but just to be mean because they're upset or miserable with something in their lives.
yeah,
Like, my mom would always tell me when I was younger, like, mean people hurt people. So like clearly they're going through something. If they want to say something like negative, like clearly they're just saying that out of spite because they have nothing going on in their lives.
yeah.
You
It's so
definitely
true.
like learn how to like deal with it. And it's not an easy thing. Like, you gotta be pretty tough to be in this sport.
Yeah,
And I've met a lot of girls who, some of them couldn't handle it and some of them can, and it's just something whether you can deal with it or not. I never had a problem with it. My dad honestly made me pretty tough, I won't lie. So, but it is a really difficult thing to get through, especially when you're young and like you're just becoming a teenager, you're 16, 17, you're kind of like, is that what people really think of me? Like, no, it does not matter, and I honestly could care less what anyone has to say about me.
yeah, it says more about them than about you when they have negative
Yeah,
comments. And like Magoo wrote, well, you are living the life a lot of men dreamed of and never made it. And
yeah, exactly.
that's also pretty true, because you're
Hmm.
living the dream of so many people, especially men who wanted to be racing drivers and never made it,
Exactly.
because they just not good enough, or not fought for it, or whatever, or not have enough
Yeah,
passion. That's always also a thing.
yeah,
Just because you want something, it doesn't mean you get it, because when you not work for it, then how should you do it, right?
yeah. Yeah, I
So
met a lot of talented drivers who just didn't have it in them.
yeah,
Who they were very talented, but not very disciplined.
yeah,
So it ended up falling down. Like, and I do see that a lot actually, where I see some of the most talented drivers can't afford it or whatever, and I was like, clearly it just wasn't meant to be for you.
yeah,
And obviously that's a really hard thing to accept, especially when you've made racing your whole life. Like, I last year I thought like, okay, I'm done. Like, I thought it was all over, and obviously I was really upset. But it's kind of going back into like last year too. You just have to realize when, like, is it meant to be? Is it worth giving up my house to do this? Like, it does get to a certain point because racing is business, at the end of the day, there's so much business that goes into what we do, and that's just what it is. We're here to entertain, and we're here to do business. And it's not just any sort of business either. It's pretty crazy stuff. Like millions and billions of dollars go into what we do, especially when you get to like higher levels, like F1, F2, with F3.
Yeah.
So it's always important to look at it that way too. But I think, like, obviously I can't express how grateful I am to do what I get to do, because there's so many people out there who would want to do it, who couldn't afford it, whatever. And I've had a lot of backlash from people who were jealous of me, so they would be like, "Well, your daddy's money or whatever, you're blah 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 blah." I'm like, my dad worked hard for me to get to do what I get to do. Like, I couldn't ask for anything more from him. And honestly, my dad's the kind of dad, like, if you weren't good enough, I'm not doing it for you.
Yeah.
So like clearly, like, I've had to prove a lot to my dad too, that like I love what I do. I feel like I deserve to be here. And obviously everyone has a relationship with their dad. Like, everyone's dad, I feel like, is like really hard. But that's really normal because they always pay for it.
Yeah.
But we should always be really grateful. I feel like I met a lot of cocky drivers too, and I hate to see that, because at the end of the day, there's somebody out there who could take your spot in a heartbeat and would do it, and we shouldn't take anything for granted,
Oh, definitely.
because it could all be taken away because it's so much money.
Oh yeah, especially motorsport. I mean, motorsport is
Yeah,
ridiculous expensive. Honestly, it
it's actually ridiculous. It
explode.
is.
Yeah, it exploded the last years. I mean, also competitive. Oh, my favorite word, competitive karting
Yeah.
is so expensive those days. It's just
Mhm.
crazy. So
Yeah, it's really expensive. I'm not gonna lie about that. Karting can get really expensive too.
yes, and I mean, it's racing. Or racing driver is not just about driving. You have so much more to do. All the finding sponsors, finding supporters, doing
Mhm.
all those mail works and the work behind the scenes and stuff. So just to get the money in. I mean, at some
Yeah.
point you need sponsors, you need to talk with persons, you need to write hundreds of mails, even more, to companies if they are interested to sponsor you and stuff. And I think that's always a side that most people forget about it, because they just see you're driving cars. You're driving fast and fancy cars. That's amazing, and they think you have the
Mhm.
best life ever. You
Yeah.
have in one way, but they don't see what else is behind this, because it's not just about showing up on a weekend and driving a fast car. It's also about all the backlash, right? So you need to, as I said, you need to find sponsors. You need to work on your sponsor work. You need to do the normal sport to keep your body fit and your mind fit and anything. So there's so much behind it. It's not just racing. And I'm
Yeah.
think many people starting with karting probably not even have a thought about this, and then it quickly starts to get too much for them because they're not love it enough or not have enough passion to go through this. So I think there are many people just not coming back the next season or the next race or whatever. And
Yeah.
yeah, like my goose said, everyone starts with dad's money or at least family money probably,
Mhm.
because also the first rented cart is, you need to pay it first, right? So
Mhm.
and I mean, it's ridiculous. In my opinion, motorsport is ridiculous expensive, and they maybe need to rethink a bit of this, but still.
Yeah.
And on the level you are now with F4 cars, that's also ridiculous expensive. And the higher you climb at the end of the day, the more expensive it will be. So
Yeah. Well, only very few percentage of people in the world get to do it, for even, or even karting at some point, you know what I mean? So it is crazy expensive, but there is definitely a reason why.
yeah,
Obviously everything is expensive. Like the car, obviously driving a car is like crazy.
yeah, all the parts, all the
Having the
tires, yeah.
team and all that stuff. Like, it does add up, and I do get it. But obviously people are like, well, it should be cheaper, cheaper, cheaper. But like, then everyone would do it,
Yeah.
and it wouldn't make it so exclusive. Like, what makes racing really cool is that nobody really does it. And it's not like joining the track and field team at your school. It's like, okay, I gotta pay a certain amount of money and I have to be at a certain level to compete at this level. And then it's just like a cycle. It keeps going and on and on and on. And obviously, only very, very few people make it to the very top.
Yeah.
And that's not just money. It's luck and knowing the right people, being there at the right time. So it all works out differently for everyone. And that's why there's so many different levels of what the top is. I don't really think F1 is the top. I think F1, WEC, IndyCar, NASCAR, I feel like they're all, obviously NASCAR is a little like, but I feel like they're all at a certain level of difficulty that, like, if you put an IndyCar driver into an F1 car, they would struggle a lot. But if you put an F1 driver into an IndyCar, they would struggle a lot. And it's the same for all of it. So it is really diverse. It's just like what do you want to do? Like what are you good at? Like, are you good at sports cars? Are you good at single seaters? Are you good at drifting? Are you good at ovals, dirt? There's so much of it. And there is a lot of cheap racing out there that, like, if you go in like America, let's say, there's so many like legend cars, stock cars, dirt racing. You can win so much money from doing those. When I mean by a lot of money, I mean like thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars just from winning.
Yeah.
Or qualifying on pole, like whatever. So like there is alternatives out there. You just have to look for it instead of looking at the big picture of F1 because like at the end of the day for every single driver that's not realistic. That's where we all want to go, but like no one said it's realistic.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm never going to say never because like there's always a chance even if it's like really really small. But there's just so many more options than just like F1. Like I'm sorry, I think IndyCar is really cool. I love the driving. I love the way the series is handled. WAG is cool. It's a professional like endurance racing, like sports cars. Like that's cool. Like obviously I think it's all cool, but like there's so many alternatives to like obviously one's really expensive and then like some are cheaper. It's just like what's best for you and
Oh, yeah.
like budget or whatever that all goes into it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, you can have the best 5-year plan for the future as you want to, but as you said, there is also the luck question, the right doors at the right time, knowing the right people and stuff. So I don't think a plan is always there to work out. So
Yeah.
looking around and not fix yourself to one goal, and that's I think the most racing drivers do, and that's sometimes a problem, I would say, because they just have the eye on Formula One, but as we said in the beginning, there are just 20 seats available. That's unrealistic that everyone gets in there. So you also need to look around and see what else you want to drive or can drive or whatever. I think it's amazing to drive in IndyCar.
Mm-hmm.
So, or in, I don't know, driving Le Mans 24 or something like this. So
Yeah.
there's so much around it. Yeah, WEC, for example, it's amazing. And I don't think you're losing your big dream when you're not driving F1 because, I mean, at the beginning of your dream, you was dreaming of driving or being a racing driver without labeling it. So aren't you a racing driver when you're not driving F1? I wouldn't say so because you're still a racing driver. So there's so much more in this world to drive for and being good at. So, and as I said, I'm ever more for IndyCar than for.
Yeah.
So
I personally do like IndyCar a lot.
and I also think the chance is bigger to get into IndyCar than into F1.
Yeah, definitely.
So
It's obviously there's a lot of like F2 drivers that go to IndyCar.
yeah.
Obviously you have people in Indy NXT going to IndyCar. So there's a lot of like veterans in IndyCar too, like Joseph Newgarden and all those boys. Like it is really like the field is much bigger.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just like a whole form of different racing. It's way more physical to drive an IndyCar because they don't have power steering, and in F1 they do. And obviously, like F1's like the fastest, and like DRS or whatever. Like IndyCar is just, I don't know what it is. It's just so, I find it really fascinating, to be honest, because like if you look at Justin Newgarden, like he is really big. Like he's a built guy. Like honestly, like I was like, dang, dude, like I didn't think you could drive an IndyCar. But like it's just so different. Like F1 is like, it's like the expensive really extremely expensive IndyCar. But like IndyCar is just like, it's really cool in like its own way.
Yeah. Also, what
You know?
I love so much about IndyCar is that more or less everyone can win a race.
Yeah.
In F1, it's more when you're in one of the top cars you can win, and otherwise, yeah, you need to be happy with a top 10 or something. But IndyCar is way more open, I would say, to be able to win a race and have a lot of different race winners over the season. And I think
Yeah.
that's so
It's more
cool.
fun.
That makes
Yeah.
it also for the fans more watchable, in my opinion, because it's just
Yeah.
more entertaining, in my opinion. So, yeah.
Like it is really cool to watch F1, don't get me wrong, but obviously IndyCar races less amount of races than F1 does. Like F1, I feel like they're on track like every week. Like
F1 is too long
it
for me. I mean, the schedule or the season calendar
it almost
is.
goes like the entire year.
Yeah, it's too long.
That's a really long. Like, IndyCar is like
It's March to
um
September mostly, and that's.
March, yeah,
Yeah.
March through like September. Like Portland's the last. No, not for them. It's like March through like October, but it's not like February to like December.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, whoa. And obviously they have way less races. I think that also makes people more interested.
Yeah. From.
And
Yeah.
yeah, and just being like when you're in the IndyCar paddock, I have met so many IndyCar drivers. Like, and they've all been so nice. Like I've never had a bad interaction with an IndyCar driver. Like they're all really nice. Like I can go into their pit and like see, I can go into their trailers and see what they do and like go be up next to the Indy cars. Like that's like really cool for the fans. And like obviously like people love that. Like when you're on IndyCar weekend, when you're at IndyCar weekends, there's so many people there. But it's just like you can interact more with like teams and drivers, and like when you go to an F1 weekend, it's just like if you breathe the wrong way, like you're kicked out. Like
Oh
it's
yeah.
like it's so strict there, which I do get it because it's like high. It's like really high end. Not saying IndyCar isn't, but it's like the level is very different because it's like it's such a world. It's a worldwide thing. Hundreds of million people watch the entire year. Like everyone and their mom is invested in F1. And I get like the competition, like you, like if you're in the best car, like obviously you're gonna do very well. If you're in the worst car, obviously you're not gonna do that well, regardless if you're a good or bad driver.
Yeah.
So I do get that, but I do feel like they could be a little bit more lenient on like
Yeah.
people like coming and like looking and stuff. Like I feel like that's what they're there for. Like the reason we get to race is because of the fans, and we're there to entertain them. Like that's literally our job.
I think we saw enough in the COVID years how much they need the fans, especially on tracks. So
Mm-hmm.
my first media journalist appearance was in the COVID times on the track, where we were 13 journalists and drivers and the team members they needed to run the team. So it was very, very empty there. So it was so crazy. And everyone I asked was so, yeah, we need the fans back and stuff because it's just much more fun racing, having people around on the
Yeah.
grandstands, in the paddock and everything. So
Yeah,
it's
dude,
definitely a thing. Okay, Magu has one more question for you. If you could put a dream team together for a 24-hour race, who would you race with?
Oh. Um, I would obviously me, so three other people. I would do Doreen Pin,
Hmm?
because she's done a lot of LMP2 endurance stuff.
Yeah, very true.
Jamie Chadwick, and I'm trying to think of another driver.
For drivers are a
And
good number.
huh?
For drivers are a good number. So one more with you, and then
Yeah. Why am I blanking?
when we
Maybe?
end the stream, you have all the names in your head. You just
Yeah,
think,
exactly.
oh, I should have called this one. Yeah.
I think I would also choose Pippa Man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Did you met her? Or
Yes, I worked with her in some of the sports car stuff I did. In
she is
February.
pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a cool theme. I think it would be a nice team to watch. I would watch you. I would cheer for you.
Yeah, I feel like that'd be good actually.
I do your social media and media your press stuff, and so I'm in the team.
Yeah.
Sounds like a winner. Yes, I'm pretty sure that would be a fun team. What would your car look like, or your livery? What colors you would use for your team?
I personally I love the all black cars.
Mm-hmm.
I know that's like not everyone's cup of tea.
Yeah, but it doesn't need to, right? So
exactly, we can be different.
yeah,
It'd be the colorless car.
I mean that's also, I would say, kind of rare because everyone has a colored card those days. So
Yeah,
it's
everyone's really
special
vibrant.
in another way. So
Yeah.
I would laugh. I would say that's a winner. We go for it. So, what's realistic? 24 hours in, let's say, 2-3 years. Let's go for it. Which
Yeah.
one? The Daytona one? Are we going for the Daytona one?
I would like to, yes.
Nice. I come over then. And
Okay.
I was twice to a 24-hour race, but in Germany. So
Oh,
there was twice on the Nürburgring 24 hours.
well, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, but when you're on the grandstand in the night, it can be very, very cold.
Yeah, you get tired. You're like, oh.
The tiredness was okay, but I was so cold. I was so freezing. It was terrible. And then the sun was coming out, and I was luckily it will be day soon. It will be warm, and then the fog came, and I was damn it. It's even colder now. Oh, that was so it was the 7 hours of North last year. I was so disappointed. It was yeah. But the first year I was there, that was we no. Did we do the full 24 hours? I think so. But last year was the 7 hours was just, it was a joke, to be honest, but hey, it wasn't my decision. But 24-hour races are so special. If you drive them or if you're just being on the grandstands or whatever, it's so special, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Ava, I see a watch in you. We're all coming to the race then. We're all gonna come to the US and just cheer for you. And I mean, who knows? Maybe you're racing somewhere where I maybe be on the track as well. So you never know.
You never know.
I mean, I wasn't in Great Britain on the track, so it would be time to do it. I was just in Germany, Denmark, and Austria. Red Bull Ring is a very nice track, though.
Yeah.
Looks very beautiful there. So yeah. Chad, do you have any more questions before we soon come to an end? Soon, not now, but soon. Because we're streaming 1.5 hours. It doesn't seem like it, but we stream since a while now.
Yeah.
Does GB4 race at Croft? I don't think so.
No. We raced at Donington, Silverstone at the end of this month. Towards end of May, we raced at Olton, and then in July we raced in Snetterton and Silverstone.
Yeah, so again? Brands
And
Hatch.
then,
Yeah, Brands.
yeah, then we have Brands Hatch in August, and then we have Donington again, I think.
Yeah. So you're looking forward to one of those tracks, especially, probably.
I definitely am looking forward to Alton Park.
Alton Park, I know from iRacing.
It's just a really cool track, to be
Unlimited.
honest. It reminds me of a Sebring.
It was my first endurance race in iRacing. So we're doing endurance races in iRacing, and it was my first one. It was terrible. But it was also good.
That's weird. It's where you start.
What? Sorry?
And you have to start somewhere.
That's very true. But see, I was last year. Last year was my first. I was just the iRacing just dropped the rain 3 weeks before or 2 weeks before this race, and oh my gosh.
Oh, it rained?
Yes.
Oof.
And it rained in this race, and I was lucky I drove the dry parts, but still I was so overwhelmed.
Yeah.
But we did
Sebring.
Sebring.
Sebring is not cool.
But yeah, we did Sebring again this year, the 12 hours, and we had no rain at all. And yeah, it was fun. Getting better.
Good. Yeah.
I'm not super good in iRacing, but it's fun. I'm getting there, maybe one day.
You will.
We could meet up with Linda there. At Croft or at Silverstone? What do you mean? Do you have any love for the other side of the wall? I mean, do you enjoy the technical part of racing as well?
I do to a certain aspect. I don't focus a lot on it. Obviously I'll ask if we've made like changes or whatever, or I'll ask certain questions like about the car. Like yes, I am always growing my knowledge on the cars and what I'm racing with, of course. So yeah, I definitely do like to learn about like what I drive and like what everything means, you know.
Yeah. Also think that's kind of important. I mean, you don't need to know everything because you obviously have the engineers.
It definitely is.
But knowing a bit what some changes do is probably not the worst.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, Magoo means Brands Hatch. Okay, but first of all, I need a new passport, and
Yeah.
I need a visa now. I think for Great Britain. So, or this thing I don't know how they called it now. I want to go to Great Britain from. What you doing? But one day, yeah, we need to go definitely visiting all of those people and everything. So, do we have a plan B for the future when it not works out with racing? It's a weird question. It's a stupid question, but
No. Yeah, I still want to go to college and get a degree. I've been really interested lately in biomedical engineering.
that sounds fancy.
Is cool to me. So if I get to do it, I would.
I mean, it's never wrong to have a second.
Yeah, just because racing can just disappear out of nowhere. So,
yeah, the thing is, I mean, everything can change so quickly. You never know. You never want it, especially, but you never know what paths life will force you into.
I know a lot of people who won't get college degrees or had like not done very well in high school. So even if they did try to get a college degree, wouldn't even like that would be really difficult for them.
Yeah.
So definitely doing well in school is very important to me. Regardless if I'm in F1 or not, you know what I mean? So
yeah. Also, I think it's life is ever about learning and stuff and just getting more knowledge about stuff and also having some degrees or one degree or whatever just to build on to the future. It's never wrong. So
yeah, exactly.
Racing will end at some point, so it's good to have a plan B. Yeah, not when you're Alonso, then you will race forever probably.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's a special. I mean, but that's also a thing in F1. You are very rare being racing in his age, but when you look at IndyCar, we have some racers who are over 30 and stuff, so it's also kind of different.
Yeah.
So, or you have drivers who ever come back, like Montoya. I think he will ever try to come back and doing another Indy 500, or Takuma Sato, or all those drivers who come back here and there to just doing a race here and there.
Yeah.
So at some point you will be too old. We have in Japanese F4, we have those 65 or 68 driver. So let's say never.
Yeah.
But I mean that's definitely rare. You're not driving in F4 normally when you're older than 60, but
I saw that actually.
I mean when you have the money and he has
like,
fun
wow.
and a team, I mean why not, right?
In America, we have someone. He races USF Pro. I'm not quite sure how old he is, but he is an older gentleman, and he does. He sits in the back, but like he like minds his own business. Like, oh, there's fast people coming up with me to practice. Oh yeah, you can go. Like he's cool.
Yep.
So it's like I'm totally cool with it. Like honestly.
Absolutely. I mean, it's of course mentally how you
I would do it
drive.
if I was 50 and I had millions of dollars.
But I mean,
Why
when you
not?
have it, why not, right? So
Right.
yeah, I mean, life is also doing stuff you want to do and you live for, and when you have the money and the passion to do it, why not? I mean,
Exactly.
I'm pretty sure most of us just doing too many serious stuff in their life and enjoy fun not enough. So I would say just go for it when you can do it and when you can afford it, and you're not hurt anyone, like you said, when this driver is actually also moving out of the way when the faster cars coming and stuff like this, and not driving dangerous or stuff.
Yeah.
Who minds? Honestly, it's
Yeah.
fun. I went to a race at the local karting track. There was a guy that I thought looked a bit chubby for a teenager in a car. Turns out he was like 60. Yeah, I mean, why not? And the thing is, some of them maybe couldn't afford karting as they were younger or whatsoever. Now they maybe worked for 50 years and now they have the money to do the stuff they wanted to do and wanted to try. So go for it.
Exactly.
Life is way too serious. Just go for it. When you burn for something and when you want to try something and you don't hurt anyone, always go for it. So
Yeah.
I think that's one of the best advice you can have or do in your life. Do more stuff you have fun with.
Yeah.
So that's very, very nice. So, do you have a favorite movie? Totally random question.
White Chicks.
How interesting.
Yeah.
I think I never saw it. Maybe I should.
If you haven't, you should really watch it. It's really good.
Let me see. There's Netflix. I could.
It's a comedy movie. It's really funny.
I don't. I mostly watch anything, so I don't mind. Don't think I. But I can because I have Netflix. No advertising because. Birdemic. Sharknado. Oh my god. Why are you all dropping all those trash movies now? I have a little weakness, and that is shark trash movies. So
Yeah.
I love them. I can't help myself. I just love everything trash, shark,
Yeah.
movie stuff. So, you always make me happy watching stuff. That's with me. So yeah. Okay, guys. Do you have any more questions? Because otherwise, I would slowly come to an end. I mean, you still can. Wait, and think again. No, that's not the. That's just 826 no pineapple on pizza. That's not what I want to post it. I wanted to post to Instagram link in chat again. But community, no creepy message. But I know you're all creepy, so. Yo. So, do I have, let me just look on Discord. This and Ravioli, by the way, welcome. But I think we may have talked about it, but what was the biggest shock about coming to the UK?
I said before that it was coming here alone was my biggest struggle. Oh my gosh. Because obviously I'm young, so I haven't gotten to the point in my life where I'm like moved out and stuff. So this is kind of like a preview, I guess.
Oh, definitely.
And obviously I have no family here, so it's been a little sad not being with them.
Yeah, I mean, especially when you have, I mean, when you're all week there and you don't have, I don't know, do you have school or something in the week, like homeschooling or?
Yeah, I do homeschooling throughout
It's
the
more
week.
online schooling than probably, but
Yeah.
so you have a bit of distraction, but I assume, especially when it's all over and you maybe don't have a lot of distraction, especially evenings or stuff, it can be very tough to be alone and being alone in a foreign country. So it's not that you know a lot of people there. Right. So I believe it's not just when you're young. I would probably be scared.
Yeah.
Too, even I'm not older than you, so I would. It's a big step just going into another country alone and stuff.
Yeah.
And all the stuff you need to know now. I mean, probably cooking and all the stuff.
Yeah.
Doing your laundry and I don't know.
Yeah.
All
All of that.
all the stuff you may have done at home already, but maybe not that much as you need to do it now alone, because otherwise no one would do it, probably.
Yeah, exactly.
So you have no other chance and stuff. We had once a funny stream, I don't know why, but we started talking about like what was the first thing you googled or stuff as you moved into a new flat and stuff. So every one of us was kind of there, maybe a bit different than it is for you, but it was kind of funny to see how many people probably googled how to use a washing machine or stuff, because so many new stuff when you're moving out or living alone for a time.
I had to look up how to use a smoke detector.
Oh
How to
my
turn it off.
I'm still afraid, honestly. I'm living here since 3 years in this flat, and I'm still afraid that one of those thingies one day will start, and I have no idea how to turn it off.
I was so upset I couldn't turn it off. I didn't know how to turn it off. It would just come back on like every 10 minutes, and I was like crying. I was like, it won't turn it off.
I believe I would panic, honestly.
I did. I had to call like 6 different people, and I had literally like broke it. I was like, just stop.
I believe you instantly, because that would be so me. That's yeah.
It was a bad situation.
They think, I mean, you need to have them here, but sometimes I'm thinking, so I am scared.
Yeah.
Please don't start. So I definitely feel this. So. Or the cars being on the wrong side of the road. True.
Yeah, that is weird here.
Yeah.
I do not like that. I still don't get it. I still look both ways before crossing the road.
I would never drive in the UK, honestly, because
I couldn't.
I would shit my pants probably. Yeah. It's just wrong, okay?
The roundabouts don't make any sense to me.
Oh yeah. Honestly, same. Yeah, I mean, driving here is okay, but driving in the UK, no, definitely not.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Everything is wrong on this. Honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, how, why they even came to this idea? It's so scary.
It's so weird.
I mean, you're not allowed to drive a car by now in the UK, but maybe one day you'll learn how to drive this weird situation in this country. But yeah, it's very weird. So, but yeah, I forgot about this. I would be so afraid to just choose the wrong side of the street because I'm so used to it. And then
That does happen.
I'm then on the wrong side there. Well, then that's creepy.
Yeah.
Let's talk about better stuff than this because that's scary. I love horror movies and horror games, but that's creepy.
Yeah.
We used to drive on the left but decided to change overnight sometimes in the 16th. Really? You did this in Sweden? That's crazy. That's crazy. Is there any European country you would wanted to visit one day?
European?
Yeah.
Probably Italy.
Yeah, nice choice. Yep.
It's just like a cool, like, bunch, like, yeah, duh, like, I love it. And they have, like, endless pasta there.
Yeah,
So
that's a
it's
very good reason. That's
That's
true.
like a win for me.
And they have really good pasta there, so
Yeah, exactly.
I was twice in Italy. I definitely can sign this petition. We just all go to Italy.
Yeah.
Now I'm hungry again. I think I need to eat after stream again.
Me too.
But the thing is, when I watch there, I see my kitchen because I have an open kitchen flat thingy, so I just see all the food there. It's not even helping.
Yeah.
Pasta and pizza for days. I mean, would you need more, right? What do you need more?
Exactly.
There's pasta and pizza. It's amazing. Without pineapple, though.
Yes.
We learned. I love those chats always, just drifting into food topics. I have no idea why and how, but I love it. It's at one point we just talking about food. Beer.
Yeah.
I don't think Ava is old enough to drink beer. Oh, wait, was 16?
I am not.
In Germany, you can drink beer when you're 16, so here you could drink beer. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Beer you can drink with 16 and the rest with 18, so consider in the UK.
Young.
We are a bit weird, so I think for you it's all alcohol 21, right?
Yeah, 21.
So for us it's the most alcohol with 18, but beer you can drink with 16. Or you would like your beer with pasta in it. But in UK I don't even know what the rules are,
18.
but we not. We don't want to get you to drink, please.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's 8. Well, even here, if you try to buy an energy drink, you have to be 18. I can't drive an electric scooter here because I'm not 18.
Yeah, I'm just thinking. I think it's also 16 in Germany when you want to buy energy drinks. It's all the different rules and laws in every country. It's crazy, but I think
in America they just like don't care.
Yeah, we had this a long time, but energy then probably got some rules and stuff, and then just decided, okay. I mean, it's my own bad habit I have. I really drink energy. I don't smoke. I don't drink alcohol. I don't do anything. So, we need to live with it. Oops. Because you have what? 4 slinging drinks to preteen. What? 4 slinging drinks? What do you mean, Fisher? I'm so confused. What do I not get? And why I have a mosquito in my flat? I don't want it. Way too early for mosquitoes. It's just April. Is it Logan Paul that makes Prime?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it's some influencer who made an energy drink that's really bad for you, by the way.
Oh.
Not good.
I see.
Yeah, people were raving over it. Like, people were, like, raving over it. It was really weird, I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, that. Haha, I did not. Oh, yeah. Yeah, cat. Thank you. I mean, energy drinks, we all know they're not that good and stuff, but we had this in Germany a long time that parents gave this their kids, and then they were surprised the kids are so hyperactive. maybe rethink your decision to give energy to the kid, but
Yeah.
well, it's so stupid. I mean, yes, the cans are looking fancy with some from some companies with nice colors and stuff, but it's not a kid's drink.
No,
Please,
definitely not.
please just don't do it.
Yeah.
There are better drinking stuff, right? You can drink water and tea, healthy stuff. Oh wow. So I have a cat scarf again. So that's my situation most of the day. Just a cat on me. Yeah. I also when we're done later, I need to rewatch a race because I need to write about it. I so missed that there's a race. You got your thinking cat on? Yes, I have my thinking cat on. She is writing all the articles, I promise. It's her, not me. Okay, Chad, any more questions? Because otherwise we nearly close to the 2 hours. So I probably think we're gonna close soon. Even I have a lot of fun talking with you, Ava.
Thank you.
But I also say we can repeat this in the future, definitely can if you want
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, for sure.
I think it's always cool to have someone a year or 2 years later again and just see how far you come and all the stuff. So
Yeah.
just love it. Also, I think there is a lot for you in the future to just go through. I mean, GB4 at the moment, it's looking good. I mean, the season just started, but you know, there are some races ahead. But I think that will be cool. I will definitely follow. I probably also write all the articles, so I will definitely. I normally not do the British series, but we had no one to do it, so I normally more do the Scandinavian and the American series. That's the first time I got on your account, I think, was as you did yourself. Because I normally do the Formula series in her, so that's how I found you. The world is so small. And now you're racing in Europe.
Yeah.
You're coming closer.
Closer.
I mean, Great Britain is not that far from me like it was with America, so you're coming closer. So maybe you're racing in Germany once.
Maybe.
We never know.
Yeah.
But I mean, when we would think the ladder through, then would probably have one academy next. So they're racing everywhere, but not really in Europe. But weird.
Yeah.
And GB3 would be next when we just follow the ladder. It's just an imagination.
Yeah.
We'll see. And maybe I just with you on track. I really need to plan more racetrack activities again. But time and money, and we all know how it is. And I have a normal jobs. I can't just go to my boss every time. I need vacation time. Wish I could. But yes, Chad, blah, blah, blah. Any more? Okay. Slowly to an end. I mean, I'm back live tomorrow again. Whisper what you're doing. And Valkyrie in back. What do you mean? Ava will racing? Or Ava will just race everything we say here? We just praise it. We just write every team boss we know. And then stuff happens. I mean, we need to do the dream team. Aston. With I don't know how many exclamation points behind. Someone is really want to get you in an Aston there. Not even know why. I'm not the biggest Aston fan. Oh, miss. Okay. Cat just left me, so I think that's a sign. And then, no, Miska. Oh, God. Miska. Oh, there we go again. Sorry. My cat is just rolling on the keyboard. Please don't do it. I'm not sure if this is still working. Yeah, it is. Okay. And then once Ava wins the WEC championship, then she can sponsor Flying Cones Racing. Of course she will do. Then she needs to race with us. Flying Cones Racing is my iRacing team, though. We are just a fun team. We're not going for the big championships, so we're just doing it for fun. But yes, I would say, Chad, maybe we just come slowly to an end. It's 2 hours, so I think we did a great chat. I hope you all had fun, also you, Ava.
Yes, I did. Thank you.
And oh my gosh, heart attack. Thanks for the follow, Kratos, and thanks for the heart attack. Oh my god, that was loud. So where was I? I wanted to say thanks everyone for being here, especially you, Ava. Thanks for your time. And yeah, I would say we're gonna do this again if you wanna, because it was a lot of fun. It's a lot. I also hope the questions were not too weird.
No, not at all.
It's probably an interview kind of thing you will maybe never experience again when you're not here again, but I also think that's the fun of it.
Yeah.
To just do something different and doing it very interactive with chat, and honestly, I would not come to many of those. Why? But I think that's the cool thing about this format. So I hope you had a lot of fun. Chad, you also had a lot of fun. And I'm gonna go plan the next chat with. I'm working on it, but we don't have dates yet. So also thanks, Ava, for doing it so quickly with me, because that's not always the point. Sometimes I need months to get a date set, so that was pretty cool to see it like this.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Always. You're always welcome back. So I hope we're gonna do this again, and then we see how far you come and how much new experience you made.
Yeah.
And all those crazy people in chat will be back and will ask weird questions again, I'm pretty sure. You didn't even try to burn down the chat. Oh, that's true. You were a pretty good behaved chat today. I mean, you're normally pretty good behaved, but I'm proud of you, Chad. You did very good. Oh my god. But Chad, I would say we're gonna end stream today. We see us tomorrow again if you wanna. We play Code of the Lamp again. Let's see how far we come. And yeah, I plan the next chat with. I have some people I ride with, but there's not fixed. So we will see what we get next. So yeah, thanks everyone for being here. Thank you, Ava, for doing this with me. And yeah, love you. Have a great night, a great rest of the weekend, and everything. Have a great time.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.